this is day 2. I didn't do goodbye saying yesterday. Yeah, so we are now in the Daintree Rainforest. I mean the beginning of the Daintree Rainforest in Mossman George. Yeah, so yeah, I will stop filming myself and then you can see the view. Yeah, so all of this is the view in this, and it is really wet, so I mean in a rainforest what you can expect. And then we're trying to do the larger one, which is around 2 hours. There's a smaller one, this one, which is actually like half an hour, but we want to challenge ourselves and do that if we can. If not, then yeah, like we will not danger our life for things like that. Yeah, so there are some like bridges to actually go above the floor, and the view is incredible. So yeah, all of these greenery everywhere. So it is very well maintained. So as you can see, it is really it's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful little rainforest walk. This one's pretty easy, so you can even do it with a wheelchair. So there should be a river here. But everything is so green and humid. And once again, it is not sunny, which means it is a comfortable weather. Yeah, because it would give us another picture in the, like if it would be really sunny. So I think this would be the 30 minutes walk or even more. But yeah, but really beautiful, and like inside the, so when we were here first in Cairns, we have been to a river course, and they told that, I mean that was in Kuranda, sorry, not in Cairns, Kuranda. We have posted Turkey. Yeah, you can see some wildlife. Yeah, and it's really good. Like everything is so greenery here. Yeah. And there are full of palm trees as well again. So yeah. So if you have been, so I will have a pinned comment about the Kuranda, with my Kuranda vlog, where you can see and learn more about that rainforest. And then you can have a little bit of like a swim here, but the Queensland's government does not recommend it. Because it has been raining a lot and there might be some bacteria inside the water, so yeah. What's really cool is There's like a smaller waterfall because of the stream, and then it follows that direction, and this will be really beautiful rain. So there is a lookout nearby, and as you can see the stream is very very strong, so yeah. And also there are a lot of smaller rocks, like it is, yes, it's not really deep, but you can't really go in there and jump in, but still really cool. And I can give you a perspective of how it looks in the sun with so it looks a bit different, and there is like humid on the tree or on the mountain. So this is how high these mountains are. So a little bit of update here. So after that like beach area, I would say, where you can swim, or like you go upstairs, some stairs, and then you can find a big net or web, sorry, not net, web, spider web. And we have seen our largest spider in our life that we are here. But because I tried to make a video, but it wasn't great, so it wasn't really showing you, I have made a picture, and I will post on Instagram. So now there is like a hanging bridge, the Rex Creek Bridge, which you need to cross on this little river. On this little river. This little river here. So here you can see a bit more of that river that we just passed, and this is the bridge. Yeah, it is a bit, like you can see that it is not very well, what do you call it? It is not very stable. So for some of us, including me, it was a bit afraid for me, because I'm scared of heights and you can actually see through them. So that's why I was a bit rushing. But this way I can show you that, yeah, you can see that it is moving. And now this is the big one, the 2.4 kilometer circuit. This is the 2.4 circuit. Yeah, and yeah, you need sturdy footwear. So yeah, so this is where the things get more complicated and more adventurous than it was, because it was just a really easy one level boardwalk that everyone can do it with, even with wheelchair, with disabled people. But this part will be a bit hard for them. I mean, you cannot really do this with them. So yeah, but still it is really beautiful. Yeah, like look at this, like yeah, it looks like there is a path here, with that green moss on the ground. Yeah, really beautiful. And this is really good that it is not sunshine, because it would take, it will be more tiring than this way. Then we are going up really high, so I mean the fast pace. Yeah, like there are some steps, not similar to Blue Mountains, but there are some tours that there's almost every stair up and then down. So another lookout, but normal lookout is closed. I think that's why it is like, and there might be a rock fall. Okay, but really beautiful. Yeah, this side nothing. Yeah, but still you can see it will be really good to see. So yeah, so you can see really good looks to the waterfall, and to the other side, and it's really wet, so yeah, like I mean it was raining a lot in the nearby past days, so yeah, so I can imagine that it got wet, but seriously, like all of these trees are really long, thin, and they are full of moss, so, and some like canyon. And look at this, like there are small leaves on the tree. Yeah, so they're really big, tall, but thin. So yeah, so this will be really, I mean, I really miss this in the real rainforest area, not like the Canberra's little arboretum, which has a small, or botanical garden, sorry, which has a small rainforest recreation area. This is the real rainforest area, and there are no sprinkles, so because yeah, some really good, you can take really good pictures with all of these trees. Yeah, so it got a bit, yeah, like more nature-ish, so yeah, like there is no normal path or asphalt path that was earlier. Now there are, yeah, the trees all over the floor, and this greenery. At least we have not seen any cassowary yet. That's our luck. Because yeah, it would be really misfortune if we would see one. I mean, we would like to see one. When we were in Kuranda, we did a river course and the cruise, and that's where we actually saw at least one cassowary or two, and some crocodiles as well. But we have seen crocodiles in the Hartley's Crocodile Adventure Park, or Hartley's Crocodiles, which I have also, there is also a video for that one. I will be linking it to pinned comment. So yeah, so that's what I will do from now on. And then some Aboriginal things, that here is the pencil cedars. You can read of how the Aboriginals use it and which birds are attracted to it. And everything is so wet, even though it wasn't raining. but because the humidity and the rainforest, that's why it is called rainforest, because it is always so wet on the floor, because there are no sunlight. All of the trees are blocking the sunlight, and that's why it cannot really evaporate, and that's why humidity is also here. So, but it is really cool, and it might be actually raining now, or just or just some leaves. Yeah, maybe just some leaves. But yeah, so yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, these are leaves. I thought it was rain. We are again next to the river. I think this is Mossman River. And then and then if you want to come here, then I don't know if it is true, but we took the bus, like it was very comfortable, 6 minutes, and I think that's the best part, because if you have a lower car, there are some smaller bridges with like water on them. So if you are on a small, like lower vehicle, then don't do it, like you will flood the car. And the bus, it is not really expensive, like compared to the normal city buses, like Canberra, which is $1 or almost $1.50 for a normal people. Concession, like students, 1.20, so it got a bit higher. But yeah, not free, which is a bit strange, because a lot of stateless Melbourne and here in Queensland they did that, but nowhere else. Or it was South Australia as well, or Tasmania, I can't really remember which ones. But it was just a 3-month period, which is over now. So, but yeah, look at all of these trees and palm trees. Oh my god, everything is so green. And it is May, so it is autumn here. In Canberra you can find that it's cold, it is autumn. Like it got super cold. Like even in Melbourne it was really cold. In some parts of New South Wales, ACT and Victoria it was snowing. I mean, not the ACT, but I know Victoria and New South Wales got some snow, not too much. And mostly on the mountains. But yeah, but still it is really really beautiful to place to walk. From Port Douglas it is just, how would I say, not too much, so like 20 minutes by car, so really close. Yeah, and then yeah, like there are some plans for today as well, such as visiting a river course again. Like if you are here, why not? If we have time, if not, then maybe I'll do some other walks nearby. And yeah, so we have some plans for today as well, and then the other days, yeah, we still have 4 days left. We are leaving Wednesday, so, and it is just Sunday, so we have a bit of time. And then I will be showing you, so if you want to have really good ice cream in Port Douglas, then I will be showing you and recommend you one. It is really good. The price is pretty good, like $8 for a scoop. Yeah, there are a lot of damaged trees. Damaged trees. So yeah. So that's the plans for today and the other parts, the other day, sorry. Yeah, it got more adventurous. There are no stairs anymore. You have stone stairs. So yeah, it bit of reminds me of the Blue Mountains. There are also some parts that have these ones. Like it is, I think, one of the first cities in the Blue Mountains area, and that has some kind of similar to these. I mean, not difficult steps, but more adventurous, so it doesn't really handmade or man-made, human-made. It is nature-made, and they are not really upgrading it. And some advisory that even at the visitor center they say, oh my god, this big stone. So in the visitor center they say as well that it had been raining and some parts may be slippery and they are not liable for any injuries because they have told you that. So it is actually a 2 kilometers circuit. Yeah. But for some of our people, or some people, it might be a bit hard for them to get up. But really good views of this big thing and big rocks. Some birds. So yes, it will be also have some ASMR. And you can listen to the nature. Like in my yesterday's video, which will not be uploaded yesterday, but day 1, when we went to that little walk in Port Douglas. So this is really big mountain or rock or part of the mountain. Yeah, so I have been did an ASMR that part, day 1 as well. You could listen to the waves. Yeah, so it got a really big. So yes, you can sweat a lot here. But what can I say? This is normal in humid rainforest. I mean in all rainforests. I can really imagine there's the other path, like somewhere in the direction, but so much trees here that you can't really see. So also those shuttle buses are on every 10 minutes, so there is like a rotation of 10 minutes. It's actually really good and really comfortable. But as in Kuala Lumpur, if you are watching from Malaysia, Indonesia and all the Southeast Asia, where humidity is 100%, all day long it is at least 30 degrees, really hot, and raining at least small amount, then you might be familiar that you're turning on the AC to max on in the buildings, in the car, for taxis. Yeah, here same. So like if you get really sweat and then you are going inside that bus, you might catch cold because like when you're warm body, that cool air comes and you can get sick. Yeah, so really interesting one. So yeah, so I might stop video here and then, so that, because I cannot really say anything more, I cannot really show you anything more. If I see something that is unique and not really natural, like we see wildlife, then I might take a picture and maybe take a video of it. But I still really love that beautiful, thin, really long trees. You cannot really see the sky. I mean, there are some parts where you can see the sky, but not too much. So, and that animal that I showed you earlier was on the beach. That might not be a turkey. I will do a research, and then I will say you, and then I will write it in the video for you guys. This looks really like sandy, so there might be actually a river that have been crossing here not that long ago. Yeah, like you can see a lot of, yeah, so, or maybe just, I mean, sand is really next to a river or a beach. That reminds me. So anyway, I will show you more. Yeah, really beautiful trees, really beautiful, like picturing, picturing spots which you can visit, and then so I can't really say anything more. I can just repeat myself that it's really beautiful one. Like even that big tree. Because I don't want to drain my camera here, because I will need it for today. That one really big leaves and lots of branches. Oh my god. So yeah, see you guys in a bit, maybe minutes, maybe hours later. Yeah, and then I will also need to start editing soon, because I have not done that yet, but I will edit the first days here video soon, maybe to the evening if I have energy, and then yeah, and I will upload it, and then after that I can start taking pictures, because red tulip oak. So yeah, very big rocks and really unique plants, real rainforest plants in their natural habitat. So this one shows that it's not it is not maintained, nature made. So every like branch that got off during like storms or winds, they are sagged here with this beautiful big tree which doesn't have too much leaves. And as you can see, this area was very well impacted in like in storm section. And smaller plants came, because these might actually drop some seeds in storms, and then it got planted by the nature, grown by the nature. So yeah, so everything is here is nature made. Of these smaller trees, big trees. Yeah. So even here in North Queensland you can find some red dirt. Like this is now a pretty normal thing in Australia, that you can find red dirt. And some really cool road. Yeah, like really beautiful, but a bit of like adventurous. Lot of rocks, and if you want to do this walk, don't do it in a slippery shoe. Because these rocks can be really slippery at time to time, like especially if they are wet and you have a plastic like shoe, then yeah, it will be slippery. And we have a small creek that we have to cross. But look at this one. So yeah, a lot of like it was really hard to get off small river creek. So after more of these rock steps, or stairs I would say, we are going back down, and I think we are going across that creek again, but now it is more of a lower ground. And oh my god, it's really cool. Like, I think that is man-made. I don't think that the nature would do this, that there is a path here. Like look at this, like there's, like you can see where is the end of the path. You can see the sides. Yeah, so it is a bit unsure which direction we are going, because it looks like we can go both direction, but there is a sign over there. Yeah, so some parts can be a bit strange or unknown. So anyway, I'm trying to finish it on time, and then let's see how much time we have left and what would be the time for the river course and then other places visit today. We don't know. We still have no plans. I mean, we have some plans to actually visit the river course or river tour again. Maybe it's some crocodiles as well, like in Cairns and Rwanda. I can't believe that I started my vlogging channel a year ago now. 1 year and 1 month. Yeah, because I mean the very first, like when I started to explain things, was the free buses in Australia, which is like taking bus to home from CIT Ride, which is now in CIT Woden for now half a year. Almost, oh, half a year. Because almost a year now, yeah, because we moved to the Woden CIT building in last year, semester 2, and we're end of the semester 1 for this year, so yeah. So we are hoping that you're not going in the wrong direction, because that was a bit confusing. Which side will we go? I mean, this way, because there are like small signs. I don't know if we can find one soon, but there is like a small sign with a red paint and then black number. I think those are the 100-meter milestones, I think. If not, then you can always correct me and I will accept your correction. I will not be mad. Like, every human can make mistakes. That's one thing that I know. A lot of people would know this as well. Like, so there is a sign that I can show you. It should now be 20, I think. Yeah, 20. So these one that I was talking about. But they couldn't be the 100-meter signs because it says 2 kilometers. Or that could mean that I don't think that we made just only 20 meters, because that is impossible. Like, we are walking now for half an hour, or at least 1 hour. So the feathers. At least we are going inside. Like in Blue Mountains, we have the Grand Canyon, the Australian Grand Canyon mountains near Blackheath, and that actually reminds me of this way, that we are going all the way to the, like, inside the canyon. So this a bit reminds me, but less trees, less. That is still rainforest, but it is like the colder rainforests. So during the winter time, like even here in autumn time, like it's only 10 degrees up there in the mountains. Yeah, really beautiful greenery everywhere. And then you can see the contrast that the green and the dark green leaves. And we are we are in the same forest, but because this one doesn't have any, so light cannot come here through this part. That's why it is dark green. Those areas, leaves can get some light, and that's why light makes it a light greener or more natural green. So yeah, really interesting. Like, look at these ones, like laid down trees that actually goes all the way. Yeah, and it creates really unique path. And like, the people or the park rangers are not really doing anything with it. They are letting nature do its way. It's actually really good, like a lot of forests. There are a lot of deforestation here. And when we are going back, we're going back, because this is just a bit of like detour for a creek, but I will be showing you the signs, and also I have some recommendations for you before you're coming inside the Daintree. So, but that will be later on this video, so bear with me. Yeah, and I will give you pro tips, because if you're Australian, then you know that, or even if you're Hungarian, then you know that some parts of the country may not have a signal. Daintree is one of the place here in Australia that you can't, there is no service, but I can, yeah, but this tip will solve this. So this is the small creek that you can visit, and there is, yes, you cannot really proceed any more further. You have to go back to the circuit. So as you can see, this little creek is really interesting, like 100 meters from the circuit. Yeah, very fjord. Once again, there are a lot of laid down trees, and as you can see, nobody is touching it. Clear, crystal clear water that is going all the way down. I think that is the smaller creek that we just crossed. A lot of beautiful rocks with moss on them. And also look at this, like we are really almost at the on the bottom of the canyon. So if you are following the path that you are coming, that we came, this is direction when where you would come, and then this is like a little bit of intersection, like this. That was the Warumbu Creek, 120 meters that we just visited. And then if you want to go back, like this is just a little bit of inlet, so you have to actually come back the main circuit and follow the car park section where the shuttle bus will be actually coming. So that's a bit of interesting thing that I read, that there is no pedestrian access and food path, so you cannot really enter buy food to that area, to this area. But there is a car park, but it says that take the shuttle bus. So anyway, it is a bit interesting, but as I said, it wasn't really too expensive. So we're actually going next to this little creek that we cross to the Warumbu Creek. And also the road to the Mossman George, or the Mossman the Mossman is this city, and Mossman George is this circuit, or this area of the Daintree National Park. And once again, as you can see, the dead branches and trees are left here, not taken away by park rangers. Nature will do its way to clean it. And also because of this, new trees could be formed. A little bit of the sunlight coming through the clouds. Once again, trees are full of moss, so, and some leaves growing on them. Really beautiful. So we are back on the bridge. As you can see, very beautiful waterfalls. And then the end. So this is the pro trip. This is the pro tip for you guys. So go to the Daintree's website and you can download this brochure, and this side has the all kind of tracks you can take on the Daintree or inside Daintree. Not too much, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is a map. We are now here in Mossman George. And then there is the Daintree village, and then the others you have to cross the ferry and then go over to maybe to Cape Tribution here, and then from there unsealed roads. So I really recommend to download this, and then without Wi-Fi you can access to all the 5 walking tracks on the Daintree. So this is the same stream that we cross the suspension bridge. You can find some river birds or birds of the river, such as the kookaburra. Yeah, this is really strong current at the moment. Yeah. And then if you're inexperienced swimmer, then you might come actually down here. We have some blue skies, and you got more clearer view of the river, so it is flowing in that direction. Yeah, pretty strong current. So, and also there are a lot of rocks. So yeah, so if you're inexperienced, please try to stay in a less current zone. So there are parts which are like this, that the current is really low, so lower than over there. But then after that, with a while, it goes again inside, and it goes into a fast pace again. But yeah, at least it is crystal clear, so yeah, you can actually see the underwater. But as you can see, there are a lot of rocks under the water, so be mindful around this. And there is like smaller creek that joins into this river. So here in Queensland, next to the roads, you can find these trailers which sells bananas. Mostly this is the price, $2 per kilo. And then in this trailer you can find limes and avocados and some fake snakes. And this is the cash, where the cash goes in, so this is where you have to pay. In Cairns there have been places where you could pay with credit card. This is not, and this is not a place, and As you can see, there is a, so you can actually have tea or bananas here, which is really cheap and really good idea.